You are already that which you desire to be. And you are that identity, that character in every single moment. In every single moment, you have the ability, opportunity, divine right to choose again. What do I mean by this? Well, I'm actually going to draw it today because I thought about it. I had a really cool idea to draw this. So, let's say we perceive time in linear fashion, right? We do perceive it that way, but it isn't actually. So, for one instance of your life, you are here, right? You believe that you have a life going forward, you believe that you have a life going backward. Now, from here, you perceive a past and you perceive a probable future. None of that's true, because in this moment, you have the ability to choose from literally infinity. Now, what that means is that if you can think of something that this character that you are playing, that you are inhabiting, that you are embodying, that you are being, if you can think of something that this character is doing, the character is doing that. Not just in expression, but in a literal sense, right? If you think this character is walking around the North Pole for whatever reason, it is there. If you think this character is backpacking in Europe, it is there. If you think that this character is surfing in Australia, it is there, right? If you think this character lives in the States and you big time socialite, whatever it is there. Now, how do you know that? Because whatever you imagine is happening now. Just like how your past is happening now, your future is happening now. So that means there is no past, there is no future, it all just happens now. So here, right here, you have the opportunity to choose anything that you desire, any choice, right? Because the reality isn't going this way. It's rearranging itself in this frame, right? So it's not going to another frame. It's rearranging the frame that we are in, right? That we perceive ourselves in. Typically, like a movie projecting, like a projection of a movie on a movie screen. The screen doesn't go anywhere. It's what's happening on this that changes, right? Right? The screen is just changing. The screen is just changing. But what's happening here as the change is what was chosen as a movie to be shot here, and we experience that change linearly. So here, right? Here in this frame, in any frame you perceive yourself in, you can choose. And here's the thing, when you experience that next literal frame that you're in, that frame where you feel the doubt, that frame where you feel the fear, that frame where you feel like nothing's happening, you can choose again. Because this simultaneous existence of this singular being that you are, the singular being of all beings, you carry it here, right? You literally carry it there with you. You can change it as at will. So who are you? Which version of reality do you want to be? Right? That's who you are now. And in every single frame, that's who you are. That's what's unfolding. That's what the character is. Just like in a movie, a character can experience anything, but they always get to their end that the character desired, most of the time, right? Because that's what reality is. It's always moving to your desired end via that character story. You see, sometimes we have stories in our minds that we don't necessarily even consciously become aware of up until we play the character. See, the character has their own desires because you're just a character. Right? The character has their own desires and you're experiencing parts of those desires. You wouldn't experience specific desires were it not for the character that you were being, but you can become aware of all of you by knowing that you are all of it. So when you identify within the character that is knowing I am all of it, playing a specific role, you become aware of everything, right? So that's who you are. You are the character. Your physical being is the character. That's that you that you're projecting. But the real you is awareness, because only awareness can be everything, because it's aware of everything. Your awareness of a thing is the existence of a thing. Your awareness of a thing is the existence of a thing. And when I say thing, I don't just mean like an actual thing. I mean anything. The existence of I am in love. The awareness of their story is the existence of I am in love. I am healthy, I am wealthy, I am free. Your awareness of the idea is the existence of the idea. So there's no quantum jumping in that sense where you jump from one frame to another, right? You're always changing frames. You're always doing this. You're always doing something, right? So you don't necessarily quantum leap into a reality that's like already ongoing. No, you're just shifting your viewpoint. Imagine yourself in a room full of windows. All you did was change which window you're looking through, because a different life, a different set of frames is unfolding for that life. It involves the same characters, as in the characters that are on Earth. Some of them you interact with, some of them you don't, right? But it's your choice. It's your choice as to what you are interacting with and not interacting with. Sure, you get to a point where, no, but I don't want to interact with that person. Yeah, it's unfolding that you are no longer going to interact with that version of yourself, because it's no longer what you resonate with doing. And it unfolds like that. So, who are you in this moment is a perpetual question that your higher self is asking you. You don't have to keep on answering it as if you are uncertain. You are setting your intention that I am this version of myself, because you realize you have an infinite number of choices surrounding you. So who are you? Which identity are you going to be? Which character are you going to be? Second, how do I select a character? When you go to your end, you are making an implication that the character that experiences this end, that's who I am. Regardless of what that character experiences, I am the character that experiences that end. And when you say that end, it doesn't mean the end of your life. It just means the end of a specific point, right? It's random. There are random points in this person's life, but it's the one that stood out to you in the moment the most to become aware of it, right? You're not necessarily going to be like blown away by having lunch. But it does depend on where that lunch might be. You could be blown away that I'm having lunch on the Eiffel Tower overlooking Paris. That could be your desire, for whatever reason, right? That's your end. You are now that character that experiences going to France, or if you're not already in France, going to France, going to the Eiffel Tower, buying lunch, having it, and overlooking Paris. You are that character that it is natural for that character to experience that. That's what choosing a character is. Your choosing is the quantum jumping. Your choosing is the affirming. Your choosing is the assumption that this exists, because how can you choose something that doesn't exist? That's who you are. That's why Neville Goddard said you are already that which you desire to be, do, and have, because as awareness, you are already in those frames, doing, being, and having, because those frames are made up of consciousness, and you are that consciousness. So it's you basically going to you to experience you. In other words, it's you going to France to experience lunch overlooking Paris. It's you going to you, experiencing you, observing more of you. It's only you. It's just you. It's just consciousness. It's just awareness. And you are becoming more aware of all that you are in every single moment.